I met my first husband at work. Don't do that. It makes things weird. When I met him, we had a lot of common interests and just ended up hanging out in a group of people a lot. He was nothing like my first boyfriend, and we became really good friends. When he asked me out, I realized I didn't have a valid reason to say no, except that I hadn't really been attracted to him. But everyone says you should marry your best friend, right? So maybe I should give him a chance. He would be a really good dad, unlike that first guy. Maybe I just need to give the nice guy a shot. Also, he was a couple of inches shorter than I am. I seemed to slam it out of the park with that demographic, but I'd never dated any of them. I should also add that when he arrived at work, everyone initially thought he was gay. Nobody cared. That was just the vibe he gave off. But he kept trying to go out with different girls, and then he asked me out. So again, I'd struck out with everyone I thought I wanted to date. Maybe I should take a chance on the one in front of my face. And I did. He would take me on actual dates to nice restaurants and give me flowers. That's a point in his favor over my one long-term boyfriend already.
He wanted to cook for me.
When I finally let him, he was good at it. He gave me massages that led to sex. He was flat out romancing me. The sex was better than my college boyfriend, but that bar was low. And we got married. Unfortunately, things changed pretty quickly after we got married. The sex dropped to almost nothing. I would find him online with porn, then he would come to bed at 2:30 in the morning and try to wake me up for sex. He seemed surprised I wasn't into it. When I tried the random tricks to entice your man that I read in magazines, as embarrassing as that statement is, I got no response. Nothing. But he would show up in the middle of the night again when I was trying to sleep, and I had to stop myself from beating him senseless for waking me up. In retrospect, I can recognize that he was critical of me, and I would change to accommodate him. My family and friends have told me that I changed during those years, and I have become myself again now.
I couldn't see it then.
I thought that compromise during a marriage is inevitable. I hadn't been married before, so I didn't realize I was compromising myself away. My friends were all getting pregnant and having babies. We weren't. Since you have to have sex to make a baby, I think it explains itself. Finally, we started trying to have a baby. After a miscarriage, we were finally successful. I need to be clear that he was extremely supportive of me during the miscarriage and the pregnancy. He really did want to be a father. And he is a good father. I did get that part right. Then he lost his job. The party line is that his position was eliminated. Because we worked in the same company, I was aware that the rumor mill said he spent all day on Farmville and didn't check his voicemails. He was unemployed for 6 months when my sister decided to Google him to see if there was a reason he wasn't getting jobs when he interviewed. She found accounts for him online in Married But Looking and Bi-Curious chat rooms. This is where I need to clarify that he never mentioned any bi-curious tendency at any point in our relationship. I don't have a problem with his being bisexual. However, if he were truly bisexual, he would have still been attracted to me. I hadn't felt like he was attracted to me since we got married. I'd actually spoken to him about the feeling that we were growing apart, that I was worried about our relationship. He began to make more of an effort to spend time with me, etc. It did start to feel like we were going to be okay. Until my sister found the accounts, and more than one of them had been accessed in the last week. I kicked him out that day. My daughter and I moved in with my mother because we couldn't afford to stay in our house, and finding a roommate isn't easy when you have a toddler. I slowly settled into my new rhythm of work, taking care of my daughter and teaching Sunday school to stay busy and pull myself out of the initial depression that took over when I realized my life was a complete disaster. My marriage was a total lie, and it was over. I had to sell our house, and I was living with my mother in her condo in a retirement community. On the plus side, my daughter now had 50 more sets of grandparents to dote on her. It took a little while, but not only did I rebuild my life, I've built it back better than before. I've also surprised myself by doing a number of things I never thought I'd do. I never saw myself crawling on all fours or putting a leash on my second husband. I never saw myself having a second husband. But life has a way of surprising you. Never say never. Please be sure to watch the previous videos. And as always, like and subscribe.